My name's Bob Cooper. I'm the Director of Compression Construction, and I work in Charleston, West Virginia. I oversee the building of the surface facilities that our company needs to move our gas from the wells to market. A typical day is reviewing designs that come out of our engineering department, working with our procurement group to order the major pieces of equipment, reviewing contracts with contract companies who will actually provide the workers to assemble the units, working with my field managers to make sure that the projects are staying on track, on time, and on budget. The most exciting part of my job is stepping back when we finish a new station and it's online and it's running, and looking at what we accomplished in a short period of time, from the first bulldozer blade scraping the grass and dirt away to having a facility standing there that will provide energy, not only sales for my company, but energy that's based in America for our nation for many years to come. I have a background as a mechanical engineer. I worked for many years in the nuclear power industry and in the process chemical industry. And about 5 years ago, as the natural gas industry began to expand in Appalachia, the company that I now work for, Equitable, was looking for someone that knew a good bit about regulatory compliance and had a background in operations and construction. So that was my foot in the door here with Equitable. So I spent a while working on complying with federal and state regulations from a pipeline and compressor perspective. And then when an opportunity came open to move into building the stations rather than just working with how they operated, I was moved over into that role. I certainly would encourage people that are trying to plan what their future is going to be to look at the natural gas industry in particular and the energy industry in America in general. And depending upon what their interests are, if they have an interest in education and higher learning, I would encourage them to pursue something particularly along the technical lines. There are a lot of opportunities for an individual that would study some sort of engineering type background or communications type background, particularly with computers, and then come into the industry and apply that training. But I would also encourage individuals who may not be looking at higher education right away, that a way to get into the industry is to get some technical skills. Get some training either in instrumentation or electronics or a little bit of IT work or some mechanical training, whether that be welding or understanding diesel engines. And then once you get that basic training, then come here and work in these jobs. And right now we're finding it difficult to find people with those skills. We've had a long period of time in America of kind of reduction in some basic technical skills that are used in the field, and we continually struggle to find qualified workers at those basic jobs that we have. One of the interesting things about working in the energy industry is, as these other technologies get developed, in a lot of cases in other industries, whether it's for a military or it's for our space program or something else, we can take those technologies that were developed for that specific application and begin to see how it could be used here. In our type of industry, one of the things we're finding is the ability to move large amounts of data over large amounts of geography is very useful in the ability to maximize our gas production. So using satellite communications, microwave communications, automated instrument systems are all things that traditionally have been in much what are thought of as higher end technology industries, but are now finding a home and a routine application in what's considered kind of an old, old Rust Belt type of industry, but we're finding ways to improve it and make it much better using the technologies that were initially developed in other applications. And that's, for me as an engineer, that's something that's very intriguing and keeps the job interesting, is that there's always the opportunity to learn about some new technology and then think about how you could apply it. Equitable's been a very good company about giving you the opportunity to attempt some of those experiments and see if you can turn it into an efficiency improving or a revenue producing idea. I've only been in the natural gas business for 5 years, even though I've been involved with the energy industry for a long time. And just in that 5-year period, the technologies that are available related to mapping systems and satellite photography and instruments that communicate via satellite and then back to a central control center, and control signals that are sent from there back to remote wells that are 50 miles from anywhere. It's just exploded. And so these skill sets that at one time weren't heavily needed in this industry, like IT skills and GIS skills and instrumentation skills, have just exploded. And the thing we struggle with is the availability of individuals to fill those slots, so that we see the potential, but then getting enough workers to be able to do what you need to do and maximize that is sometimes a challenge. Like I said, I've been in natural gas for 5 years, but I've been involved in the energy business for a couple of decades. And I think what my job has meant to me is you spend so much time working, you want to take some value out of that. And when you go home and you say, what I have done for a living has created good things for not only my family in terms of financial reward and what we can do, but I'm doing something that adds value to my country. There are other roles besides directly fighting for your country, if that's what you're challenged to do, but producing energy that's cost effective, that the country can use to grow the economy, is certainly something that has a lot of solid value for America, for its security, and for its long-term viability. So not that you wax eloquently about it every day, but when you look back and you say, I go to work, I'm a little cog in a big wheel, but that big wheel provides value not just for the shareholders of this company, but provides a resource that allows this country to do a lot of things. And there's a lot of sense of pride in that.